Pilipinas. It is all about something that we are all familiar with. Some of us are still actively using it right now, and in all likelihood, you will be using it when the event wraps up. And ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about social media. It is no longer just a place to hang out or to exchange quick messages with your friends and loved ones. Social media is now where most of us live and establish our presence every single day. Since becoming one of the most pervasive and arguably most important aspects of the internet, social media has taken over many different platforms. It is now part of our work, our social lives, and for some, it is even part of their businesses and finance-related activities. Today, we will tackle the highly important subjects of social media use amid strengthening our country's cybersecurity defenses. We will have some commitment signings between key stakeholders from the government as well as the private sector and representatives of our partners from a number of social media platforms here today. We will also have fireside chat and an expert panel discussion on the topic of international cooperation and cybersecurity. So be sure not to miss out on that one. So to get us started, we would like to call on the beloved Undersecretary of the DICT. Please welcome Music Jeff Ian. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat. This is now becoming a regular Monday event. Only for October, huh? So, as usual, I'm your opening remarks and the Secretary will later deliver his keynote. I'm very honored to extend my warm welcome again to all of you sa DICT Cybersecurity Month with the team Sama-Sama para sa Cyberseguridad. This is our second Monday event. This encapsulates the essence of unity and shared responsibility in the protection of our digital realm as we work collectively towards a digitally safe Philippines. Today, as we sign this commitment, the DICT and our esteemed social media partners who are all here are coming together to share knowledge, insights, and technologies in our pursuit of cybersecurity. Our shared mission is to protect digital identity and information of every Filipino. This is also important because almost all government agencies have social media accounts in all three platforms, in all four platforms that are shown at the back. No? And we understand the importance of this platform, not only for business, but also for our daily lives. And recognize that with great power comes great responsibility. We believe that together and through collaboration, we can build a safer online environment that fosters trust and security. Again, in the spirit of Sama-Sama para sa Cyberseguridad, we encourage every citizen, business, and organization to actively participate in this shared responsibility. Cybersecurity is not solely the duty of government. Contrary to popular belief, it is also not the sole duty of the ICT, but of every one of us. It is the collective duty of every Filipino. To borrow some words from the Secretary, when you are called to defend your country, it is in every person's, di ba, last week sinabi ni Secretary, it is every person's obligation and responsibility to defend. And right now, we should remember that attacks not only come from land, air, and sea, but in cyberspace as well. So I would like to again, as my last remark, to express my gratitude to our partners, our social media platforms that have taken this initiative alongside the Department of Information and Communications Technology. Your commitment to cybersecurity is a testament to your dedication to our shared mission. I hope that this be the beginning of a new era where both the public and private sectors come together for a digitally safer Philippines. Of course, I would like to welcome and thank Digital Pilipinas for hosting the entire one-month celebration of DICT. Again, thank you for your presence and support in this endeavor. Together, let's build a more secure digital environment for our nation. Sama-sama para sa cybersecurity.
Morning. Well, this month we're celebrating Cybersecurity Month. Actually, this celebration really marks an opportunity to reflect and to take stock of what we have been doing and will be doing in the coming years with respect to cybersecurity. That does not mean that we're only active in cybersecurity for this month. This is a continuing effort, and today we celebrate a significant milestone. Cybersecurity has been a concern, a very deep concern of everybody. And the reason for this is that there has been a rapid move from brick and mortar to the digital landscape. The scale, the speed, the level of penetration of digitalization in our everyday lives has been unprecedented. And so the effect of this in terms of, for instance, economic contribution. I think in ASEAN, during our discussion in Singapore recently, the e-commerce, all the financial services, all the e-commerce developments in ASEAN, the contribution to the ASEAN economy is about $1 trillion. And they expect that in the near future, it will double very quickly to $2 trillion. That's a huge amount of money. And with that kind of economic presence in ASEAN, that is a very attractive pie for cyber criminals, for cyber threat actors, because that gives them a tremendous amount of opportunity to take a slice of that pie. So it becomes vital that we all have to be concerned, and we need to address that concern by coming together, working together, collaborate, and share what resources that we have. There's from the government, from the private sector, from industry, in order to help protect our citizens, help protect our consumers in this area. We started off this administration with the SIM card registration law. That was our initial act in order to reduce the amount of scam texts that we were all receiving for the past several years. And we have seen a significant downtrend. I'm sure you have experienced it. Where before the SIM card registration law, I personally would receive 6 to 7 text scam messages per day. Today, I'm sure, are you still receiving 6 or 7 scam messages per day on your text messages? And maybe one a day, maybe two or three times a week. So we've cut down on that mode of scamming, and we are still continuing to pursue the criminal organizations that have been using this scam text method. We have busted several syndicates all over the country. We've arrested them. We have conducted forfeiture proceedings on all the e-wallets and on the crypto wallets that they have in their possession, which is a huge amount. And I think we have managed to cripple these syndicates effectively. Noticeably, I think the past few weeks you have noticed much lesser presence. However, these cyber threat actors are not easily discouraged. And since we have plugged the hole on SIM cards, they have moved to a different platform. And these are through the OTT or the over-the-top services, which may not necessarily need to have a SIM card in order to use. And we've seen them increasing their presence. So today, we have together with us the four major platforms. We have Meta, Google, YouTube, and TikTok. These four social media platforms have expressed their wholehearted support to the ICT to work together in order to protect the Filipino people against these cyber threats. I think this is one of the first initiatives in Asia for all four platforms to come together in order to address an increasing social concern, a criminal concern, and they have come together to work together, to collaborate in order to make the world a safer digital world. This is unprecedented, and we welcome all the four platforms today for their generous effort in helping the ICT combat and address this increasing cyber threat landscape. Their participation is indispensable in our effort to address all these scamming, phishing, and many of the modalities where these cyber threat actors operate. And today, we send a very strong message to these cyber criminals that no matter what you do, we in the digital arena, we, the digital regulators, the digital operators, the digital providers, will work together, government, private sector, industry, in securing our digital space and in ensuring the protection of every Filipino. Thank you very much.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I think it's not so much a keynote but rather a welcome because the past few weeks we have been darkening the doorsteps. The private sector has been darkening the doorsteps of the DICT. Actually, last Thursday we were here and we had close to 70 players in the logistics, finance, smart community space, and they're like, Amor, why do we have to do it in the DICT? I said, of course, because there has never been a time when a whole of country and a whole of government approach to cybersecurity has been required. And just wanted to share a little bit about, do we have a few slides? Yes? Do you guys have a few slides? Now, this is not going to be the end of our commitment to support the DICT, because actually it's just the beginning. Many of you probably know us for our work in the financial services sector, but everyone, specifically fintech, we're probably the most amount of vulnerabilities, the most number of vulnerabilities come into play. But also at the same time, it's in the financial services sector where they have the most organized guidelines for cybersecurity. So picking up from what Yusuf Jeff said, last past October 9, which is the guidelines are needed for other sectors, not just for banking and finance, but also in areas like smart communities, health. The private sector have come together to organize themselves and say, DICT, lead us. We want to be able to come up with guidelines similar to that in the banking and financial services sector. October might be ending, but in November, during the Digital Pilipinas Festival, next slide please, we are inaugurating for the first time a cybersecurity and also a Trust Tech Festival. So many of our partners in PropTech, for example, said, Amor, we're not fintech, we want our own festival. People in health tech and in the hospital say, we're not fintech, we want our own festival. And cybersecurity, just like fintech, is an undercurrent that cuts across all industries. We want to acknowledge, could you go back, please? 3 countries actually. From the USAID, Mr. John Garrity is here. Palakpakan po natin sila. Although my work with USAID is more on digitalizing local governments, always a pleasure to see John. Also, we have our, nag-out si Yusek, ako naman na nawalan ng boses. We have our friends from the Government of Canada. Actually, please tell Ambassador Hartman, it was actually Ambassador Hartman who said to me, Amor, there ought to be a cybersecurity festival, not just stuck under fintech. And of course, I know we have friends here from the United Kingdom. Last June, we were in 10 Downing, and I know that Robert is here, who was also with us in London. Quickly, please. Next slide. So Digital Pilipinas, many people are asking, is basically our love letter to the government. And our objective is to bring the private sector to work more closely with government. I was just sharing with John. There are many multinationals who actually do not want to work with government for fear of ABAC or various issues. But really the only way we can address this is to work very closely with the agenda of government. Next slide, please. So from November 20 to 24, there are a few things that are being inaugurated. We're very proud that a cybersecurity and a Trust Tech Festival is coming out for the first time, side by side with our, of course, landmark FinTech event. And we have also working with other national line agencies, Halal Festival. A Philippine Investment Week is happening for the first time, and a few others that are equally important as the financial services sector. And then finally, we look forward, next slide. We look forward to everyone's help and support. Sir Gons, who is the president of CSA, John, our friends from Canada, from Israel, from the United Kingdom, and of course the 4 platforms that are here. We look forward to working very closely with you. And on that note, I encourage you to please continue to visit not just the DICT, but all national line agencies, so we can continue to work towards a whole of government approach to solving the problems of our country using digital. Maraming salamat po. And to our family in DICT, thank you for all your service to the country. Salamat po.
Mr. Ives Gonzalez of Southeast Asia Government Affairs and Public Policy Team of Google. And we have Mr. Tof Rada, Head of Public Policy at TikTok ByteDance, Philippines and Malaysia. And last but not the least, we have Ms. Terry Catlea de Guzman Amador, Head Public Policy for Philippines and Thailand, Meta Platforms Incorporated. We'd like to request our signees to please stay on stage for a photo and signing, of course. And of course, we'd like to call our Secretary Ivan Huy and Yusek Jeff D to join our social media platforms representative to sign on this for this commitment signing. So this is our wall of commitment. So we have the petal pen. All right. So our wall of commitment. So it says there, we, the leading social media platforms, advocates, and partners of Digital Pilipinas join the Department of Information and Communications Technology in the pledge to raise public awareness about cybersecurity threats and how to combat challenges in the cyberspace and to create a digitally safer Philippines for Filipinos. Our shared goal is to cultivate a culture of responsible online behavior that ensures that the well-being of individuals in the digital realm. We join forces with the DICT in building a resilient and secure digital landscape where Filipinos can confidently navigate and enjoy the benefits of online world without compromising their safety and privacy. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you so much for partnering with us. And of course, we'd like to invite Ma'am Amor. Just stay for a few seconds more for our media to be able to gather photos and videos. Alright, so this is your part to our... Alright, thank you so much. A round of applause, please.
Threats for the Philippines. So thank you for having us today, and we are honored and we are thankful to be a part of this initiative, and we look forward to continuing to support the government's campaign on cybersecurity. Thank you.
Secretary Ivan, Undersecretary Jeff, Moore, Eves, Claire, and our friends in the ICT and media, magandang umaga. We're very happy and we're very honored to be part of this initiative. This is on behalf of TikTok. This is actually part of many initiatives we have to build online security, online safety. Just to mention that as far as we're concerned, we look at it from three pillars. First of all is our responsibility as a platform to build, to make sure that we properly moderate content on our platform. The second pillar, equally important, is to make sure that there's credible content online that we see, so people know and they're directed to the right source of information. And lastly, and equally as important, is building digital literacy and digital awareness. So overall, what we're trying to build is that culture, as Undersecretary Jeff mentioned earlier, of that shared responsibility of us working together, and in line with this, of course, also with cybersecurity. So maraming salamat, and we look forward to having concrete measures to put this into action. Thank you. Thank you.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Sec, Amor, it's great meeting you. Thank you for having us here, Sec Jeff. And it's great to see you, Top and Eves and John. Meta has been a partner of the DICT. Since 2017, we have been around for the Philippines. And in fact, in the past week, we have conducted digital literacy training in partnership with DICT. And we look forward to holding more. One of our first and foremost concerns is safety. And we are happy to know that it's at the forefront of concerns for DICT as well. And we look forward to more partnerships with you and also having more projects with you as well. Maraming salamat po.
Signing as DCAP. educational pipeline natin.
So your commitment to working together with the government and other members of the private sector to play your part in the digital transformation to reinforce cybersecurity.
Sa PSA, nandiyan yung private sector. So, yun lang. We need more events like this to trust each other. Trust that your government will share information with you, and also trust that your government can handle your information that you share with us. At maganda naman na naibigay ko ng example that we're working with the private sector also. So if you want to work with us, let's form a group. Isang Viber lang, madali na. Sorry, pwede rin Messenger.
Lahat ng nag-sign.
Pwede rin TikTok. Sorry. Pwede rin Messenger. Isang grupo lang tayo.
Pwede ring WhatsApp.
No, isang grupo lang tayo. We communicate with each other. Para pag may isang inatake, we let them know. You attack one of us, all of us will respond. Ganon dapat yung message.
Sige sir, or we'll organize that lahat ng nag-sign dito will be
Sino-sino
for
ba?
starters.